Pulmonary arterial hypertension, or PAH, is a condition of high blood pressure in your lungs, specifically in the blood vessels that carry blood to your lungs. But what does that really mean? Normally, blood flows easily through the pulmonary arteries from the heart to the lungs, where it picks up oxygen. But in PAH, these blood vessels become narrower and stiffer. This makes it harder for blood to flow through the lungs, and the heart has to work much harder to push blood through. As the heart works harder, it can become strained. This leads to symptoms like shortness of breath, fatigue, and dizziness. So how do we treat PAH? The main goal is to reduce the pressure in the pulmonary arteries, making it easier for the heart to pump blood through the lungs. Current treatments for PAH focus on relaxing and opening the pulmonary arteries, which helps blood flow more easily. Current treatments for PAH affect various cell pathways. Pathways are like instructions inside our cells that tell them what to do, like what chemicals to produce, how fast to multiply, or when to stop. In PAH, these pathways can get out of balance. Some cells produce too much or too little of various chemicals. Some cells keep multiplying when they shouldn't, and others don't die off when they should. Researchers are working hard to understand how these pathways work in PAH. They hope to find new ways to slow down the growth of cells and to slow or even reverse cells multiplying, which could open up the pulmonary arteries and help the lungs and heart work better. A new PAH pathway being studied involves a chemical in the body, BRD4. In PAH, there's an increased amount of BRD4, which causes cells to grow and multiply too much. A new drug called apabetalone is being studied to see if it can lower the amount of BRD4 in patients with PAH. Another chemical called PARP, or PARP1, also causes cells to grow and multiply too much. A drug called olaparib decreases the amount of PARP1 in the body and might help get rid of extra cells in the pulmonary arteries. This could open up the pulmonary arteries and improve blood flow in the lungs. The safety and effectiveness of new medications like apabetalone and olaparib are still being researched, so they are not available to patients yet. Other cell pathways that cause uncontrolled growth and multiplication of cells are several kinase pathways. These pathways can be blocked by using medications known as kinase inhibitors. Imatinib and seralutinib are two medications that are kinase inhibitors. Early studies of imatinib taken by mouth suggested it could improve PAH in patients, but there were too many side effects. Another way to treat patients with imatinib is to inhale or breathe it in. Inhaled imatinib was tested in a study in patients with PAH, but was stopped because of lack of any benefit. Seralutinib is also a kinase inhibitor and is an inhaled medication. Seralutinib is still being tested in patients with PAH, and early research results are promising. In the research studies, seralutinib seemed to improve PAH and increase blood flow through the lungs. Thanks to this and other exciting and ongoing research and the participation of patients like you in clinical studies, these potential future treatments offer more hope for people with PAH. As scientists continue to work hard to understand how many cell pathways work in PAH, we can expect even more breakthroughs in the future. With better treatments, we can help more people with PAH live longer and better lives.